Good evening from the Smith Center. It is, it's 12:40. I don't know if anyone is out there watching. It's still up. It was a pretty good basketball game that we had here tonight. Carolina beats Louisville 74-63. Got out of hand in the second half.
It was pretty close up until about 10 minutes in. The Theo Pinson 3. Am I live here? Yeah, we're good. Okay, cool. Yeah, a huge win for UNC, I thought.
Yeah.
Louisville came in as a pretty good team, number 7 in the country, with some star players, Hall of Fame coach, and, methodically UNC handled them. And it was impressive to watch them kind of just slowly beat them and then pull away at the end where it wasn't close. It was really no contest in the closing, 5-6 minutes. I thought UNC was very solid defense. The offense got clicky in the second half. Pretty bad offensive game in the first half. And, of course, Justin Jackson and the normal guys showed up. Joel Berry, Kenny Meeks, Theo Pinson all scored double figures.
Yeah, in the first half it looked like Carolina was just forcing it a little bit. They were a little hyped up. But they were still winning the game, even though it was one bad decision after another. They ended up in control, up by 8 points at the half, and then they just really took control there at the half, and it was really never that close again. I was really impressed with Justin Jackson, as always. I think we're starting to build towards a situation where Justin Jackson is going to be the ACC Player of the Year. What do you think?
Yeah, I think I'm trying to improve my connection here. Something's up with this, but yeah, and you heard what Rick Pitino said in the postgame. He thinks Justin Jackson and Luke Kennard are the two best players in the country.
Yeah.
And, I think Justin Jackson's not leading the ACC in scoring. I don't think he's close. He's up there, but, I think, the best player on the best team should definitely be considered. And the way he's scoring, 18-something point game per game and, averaging, scoring 20 points in the last major contest and really turning it on late here with really consistent performances. I'm having some trouble here with my Facebook Live.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing to watch. Just to look back at Justin Jackson's stats, he's made at least 2 3-pointers in 14 straight games, which is pretty incredible, given that coming into the season he was a 29% three-point shooter. And that's not even really the only story with Justin Jackson is he's able to contribute in so many ways. He's playing the pick and roll really well as a ball handler. He's getting to the basket well because guys are closing him out much tougher on his three-point attempts. So I think right now he is in the driver's seat for ACC Player of the Year. We're having some technical difficulties.
Yeah, I'm going to try to, we're live here, but I'm going to try to figure this out here before we get.
We've got 2 phones going. So Carolina's now up 2 games in the ACC. Did you cover this team? You covered it last year. Did you see this coming for this Carolina team to win the ACC regular season?
I think the fact that Duke kind of struggled certainly at middle points of the ACC season was a big reason why UNC is now at top. But I think UNC's overachieving. I think they were going to be one of the best teams. I think the fact that Duke just hasn't been as good as they're supposed to be early allowed UNC to get an easy lead on them in the ACC race, and now are 2 games up. With all they returned, in Joel Berry, Justin Jackson, Kenny Meeks, Isaiah Hicks, Theo Pinson, all the parts were there. Just had to put it together, and they're really putting it together now, I think, with some of their recent performances. Let me try to get this.
I think it's possible that the loss at Duke really got this team right. They were, it was going into the toughest stretch in school history. 6 games, 4 ranked teams over this 6-game stretch. So far, they won 2 of their games by 24 points, and they've won the other by 11 points over Louisville, who Ken Pomeroy ranks as one of the top 5 teams in the country, in addition to having 2nd or 3rd best defensive attack in the country. So pretty impressive night for Carolina, and they are on a roll. Do you think it's too early, or is this something they can sustain?
Yeah, I think they're peaking at the right time. I think there's still a lot of things they can improve on. They look pretty bad offensively in the first half.
Yeah.
Shooting, and really for the game, they shot 37% for the game. So there were some offensive issues tonight. They just did enough to win and made some threes in the second half to keep them going. Isaiah Hicks didn't show up at all.
Yeah.
When you talk about they can still win by double digits without a critical player kind of just putting up a goose egg. You had guys like Tony Bradley and Luke May kind of step up, but there's still, I think, a lot of improvement for this team. So they're kind of peak at the right time. You think they are going to go to Pittsburgh and win on Saturday, go to Virginia and win. Virginia looked so bad last Saturday night, and then they looked bad on Monday against Miami. They can't score, and so you think that UNC Gets 2 road wins, even though it's different on the road, man.
They got to be due, though. Virginia's got to be due to snap out of this thing.
Yeah,
even though, I guess you say that it's been going on for a couple weeks now. So that's going to be a tough game on the road.
Yeah, and you saw Duke lose tonight at Syracuse, but it's obviously a very good game. Duke played pretty well, I thought, and they come in here March 4th, so it should be interesting there. But yeah, I think UNC is playing really good basketball and just doing enough to win, despite some up and down points in the game against Virginia and Louisville.
It would be shocking if this team was not able to finish off a regular season championship right now. And just as you were saying, you look at the box score, you get a game out of Isaiah Hicks, 4 fouls, 0 points, 14 minutes. You can't imagine that Carolina is going to beat a team like Louisville by 11 and pretty much take control of the entire second half. So that is a really encouraging sign for Carolina. I was quite impressed by Theo Penson's game tonight. I know the numbers weren't particularly great, 4 of 10 from the field. Did have 13 points. He had 6 rebounds. No assists somehow. I thought he was passing the ball really well. And maybe it wasn't always a direct assist, but I think he had a hand in quite a few baskets for Carolina tonight. So,
and this was the kind of the second or third game with Benson taking over the starting role for Kenny Williams. You saw the new lineup that UNC's rolling out. They went small sometimes. But yeah, Theo Pinson I thought played pretty well. He's more diverse offensively than Kenny Williams was. So I think that was nice to see, especially needing him to be a big-time player going forward.
Oh, great. We're sideways.
It's not good for yours, is it?
Anybody have questions out there? We're hanging out for a little bit. If you guys have any questions.
No, are you looking at mine? Yeah.
I guess we're already at. It doesn't restart. I've tried this before.
Okay, we're gonna be sideways on mine for.
It's already 12:45, so we'll hang out for a little bit. If anybody has questions, comments, or anybody wants to make fun of my hair, I'm here for.
Yeah, we got some questions on here. Yeah, sorry about being sideways. Once you start it one way, I don't know, it's weird. You think the technology would be improved by now, but you can just listen. Got a question, will we get Knox? Will UNC land Kevin Knox? He's making a decision April 1st, sometime between April 1st and April 14th. Visited UNC last Saturday for his official visit. He's coming back March 4th for his an unofficial visit for UNC Duke. Should be a huge game then, and that's going to be a big recruit for UNC. Let's see. So, UNC's set up to get the number 1 seed in the ACC tournament, which is 2 times in a row.
Yep.
And you have a UNC team that's kind of recruited poorly, and they're still dominating the ACC, a very tough conference. It's kind of crazy to see that.
Well, it's funny. I think this is a great example. You say recruited poorly. I think it's just recruited differently, and I think we're going to see a little bit more of this now. I think some coaches, whether they want to or not, and I think Roy mentioned that obviously this wouldn't be his preference to not get one-and-done kind of talent, but obviously it's working. And you see this night in and night out with this Carolina team is that they have a lot of the intangibles that some of these teams they're playing don't. In a night that Isaiah Hicks goes for 0 points, you can look to a Theo Penson, and Nate Britt played 19 minutes tonight, and is that a guy that a lot of programs are going to be recruiting in this kind of one-and-done era? Luke Mays played really well recently. He didn't have his best night tonight, but he gave him 16 minutes tonight, 1 point, a couple rebounds, and I think you got to have guys like that if you're going to build a consistent program at this point. You're going to get your Kentucky one-and-done season, but how many one-and-done teams have really gone to win on that national championship now?
Yeah, Roy's strategy of kind of keeping these three players for 3 and 4 years is really paying off with Final Four run. Last year, I think UNC set up for a deep NCAA tournament run. An ACC championship could certainly be a possibility as well if they can keep playing this level and beat the right teams in Brooklyn, which should be fun. So we're 3 games away from the end of the regular season. UNC has Pittsburgh this weekend, and then Virginia on Monday, and then Duke the following Saturday. So it's kind of the last bit of the season here. A big win over Louisville. Let's see if we can get any more questions from the feed.
It's asked who is Carolina's biggest challenge in the ACC tournament. I think Duke's going to be a challenge for Carolina. as always.
It'll be interesting to see how the seeds work out because there's 4 teams in second right now.
Yeah.
So who will be the second seed will probably come to some, what's it called? Tiebreaker situations.
I think, Florida State, that was a game here that was a heck of a lot of fun to watch. I think Florida State's got some length. They've got some athleticism. They can run with Carolina a little bit. I think Carolina ended up taking care of business in the second half there.
Who was that team?
Florida State.
Yeah. I mean, Duke kind of scares, I think, to scare UNC fans. They have 3 guys who are NBA players in Allen, Kennard, and Jason Tatum. So that Duke, I think, is the big. I mean, UNC lost to them. Florida State's solid. Another Louisville could play probably a little bit better on a neutral site. That should be interesting as well.
I think it's going to be, anybody. it's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
I even think Wake Forest is capable of getting on a little bit of a run. They put up 94 points in Cameron. They've got John Collins, who is the best big man in the conference. Might be playing himself into a lottery pick right now. So, this is going to be a heck of a lot of fun in Brooklyn.
Yeah, and UNC, they lost to Miami on the road. They lost to Georgia Tech on the road. Never know what happens there. Neutral site changes a lot of things. Tar Heels have been very good at home, undefeated at home. Right? Yeah.
Yep.
And so we'll see what happens. Some more questions here.
Looks like I'm going to close down the news and record version, but thanks for hanging out. We're going to be doing this more often down the stretch, and definitely quite often at the ACC tournament.
Yeah, I think people are asking about